Do you want to feel like a celebrity right now? Then you need to go and talk to new construction home builders. They are practically rolling out the red carpet as they see buyers and their agents walk through their model home. So in this week's video, let me talk to you about how you can get some really great incentives from builders. So stick around. Hey everyone, my name is Danae Hewitt and I am your go-to DFW realtor with Brico Realty Services. On my channel, I talk to you about all the things real estate. Everything involved in the transaction, the do's, the don'ts, the good, the bad, and then I also go to different areas here in DFW to show you what type of house you can get for your money. So if any of that interests you, then subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and also hit the bell for the notifications of when I put out weekly content. Let's get into this week's topic. New construction. Every single home builder is, like I said, rolling out the red carpet for buyers to get these homes that they have already built or almost close to completion sold and off of their books. During the 2 years of COVID and the pandemic, it was very difficult for buyers to win an offer on resale homes because interest rates were so low, the competition was so strong, and homes were selling for thousands and thousands of dollars over list price. So I talked to a lot of my buyer clients and I said, if you've got the time, let's look into new construction. A lot of my business in the last 2 years was done on new construction homes. Homes that were dirt, and my clients got to pick the home that they wanted to go on the lot and pick all of their interior selections. Now, it worked for those clients because they could wait. They weren't in any pressure to move at a certain point. They didn't have a deadline they needed to be into a house. They definitely had the time flexibility, which was actually pretty good because home supplies were on a back order and there was a labor shortage. So some of the homes took quite longer to be built than originally was anticipated. And during that time, home builders were giving very few incentives, like if any, okay? Maybe you got a little credit at the design center, a few $1,000s. Maybe if you use the preferred lender, they paid for the title policy. I mean, like that was it, but they would not budge on the price. That was the price of the house because there was still a lot of competition for new homes that really buyers there didn't have a ton of wiggle room. There were even some builders in some communities that had a wait list. Yes, a wait list for you to even put an offer on a home or to write a contract on a home. There were some builders that actually did have a highest and best for a certain home with them. Like, that was crazy. When that happened, I was like, okay, we've reached a whole new level because that's just not typically how it worked with new construction. Well, here we are in November of 2022, and that is not the case. That is not the case right now. So what is going on? If you don't know, interest rates at the beginning of this year were right around 3%. Well, here we are, the very end of the year, almost the end of the year, and interest rates are at 7%. Whoa, they have more than doubled. And people knew that rates were going to go up this year, but nobody, I mean, economists, lenders that I work with, nobody anticipated that they would get to be 7%. And right now they're artificially high and they are projected to come down in the next 12 to 18 months. That's kind of what I'm reading and what I'm seeing. I don't have a crystal ball, but that's what people are anticipating to come down the line. What's happened with these new home builders is, let's say they had people that contracted on a dirt build in January and interest rates have slowly crept up, and that house is not done until, let's say, October. And I think rates in October were 6%. Well, that's pretty much double the interest rate. So when that client got pre-approved in January at a 3% interest rate, and now it's 6%, that client may now not be able to afford that new payment because of course the interest payment on your loan affects what you pay on a monthly basis. So they may needed to have terminated the contract because they simply just couldn't afford the house anymore. Ugh. So that's happening a lot in new construction. And then also with home builders, they also do something that's called building a spec home, which means the builder builds the home. They decide every single thing that's going to go in the home. If someone puts a contract on it, you might be able to make a change. Like if the flooring hadn't been ordered yet, yes, maybe you can change it. But other than that, I mean, the spec home is what it is, you get what you get. Because of these interest rates getting so high now, builders are left with spec homes that are not getting sold, and they're also getting a lot of canceled contracts right now. So they need to pivot. So they are giving a lot of builder incentives right now. I mean, a lot of builder incentives. If you're contracting on a dirt build, I actually have someone right now that is in the middle of being contracted this month on a dirt build. They are getting a significant amount of money back at closing. And that can be used to pay down your interest rate, which I will get to in just a minute. It can be used as a design center credit. So meaning they could go extra on their designs if they wanted to and not have to pay for that out of pocket. The builder would be paying for that. Or it can go towards some of your closing costs. So, and it's a significant amount of money. Good for them. Good for them. They're also partnering with preferred lenders that are also giving a discount. Usually it's 1% of the loan amount. That lender would be crediting you at closing. And a lot of times these incentives are for dirt builds and they are for spec homes. So this means that you can get these incentives even if the home is not done. And I've even seen these great incentives on homes that'll actually be done in January. So you have to wait a little bit, but certainly not as much as if you were doing a dirt build from scratch, build your own house. Let me talk about what buying down your rate is. So there's a couple of lending programs that, I mean, I don't claim to be a lender. I do like to stay in my own lane, but of course, I understand these programs because I have clients that are utilizing them. They have programs called the 3-2-1 buy down or the 2-1 buy down. And these loan programs have been around for quite some time. We just have never utilized them because interest rates have been so low. Let me explain the 2-1 buy down, but it's exactly the same thing for a 3-2-1 buy down. Basically, for the 2-1 means you are going to be getting a discounted interest rate for the first 2 years of your loan. What? Now that is something that needs to be bought down, and that is something that the builders are doing. So it has to come from the seller or from the builder. They are going to pay money to buy down that interest rate for the first 2 years that you are in your loan. So what do those numbers mean? Let's just say, I like nice, round, easy numbers. Let's say interest rates are at 7%. That means the first year of your loan, your interest rate is going to go down 2 points. So it's going to be 5% interest rate for the first 12 months. And then in the second year of your loan, your interest rate is going to go down by 1 point. So the 2-1. Going down by 1 point. So that means your interest rate is going to be 6% on the second year of your loan. And in year 3, it's going to go back up to 7%. So again, these are all just random figures for nice round numbers. If you locked in your interest rate at 7.5%, then for the 2 years, it would be 5.5%. The next year, it'll be 6.5%. And then year 3, and for the remainder of the loan, it would be 7.5%. Now here is the caveat, which I absolutely love, is that you can refinance this loan whenever rates go back down. So how awesome is that these builders are doing that? They are offering to pay down your interest rate for the first 2 years that you are in your loan, and you can refinance when rates do go down. Hello, that is so fantastic. You're essentially getting their money to pay down your loan, and then you can refinance in 8 months, 12 months, or whatever it is when it's the best opportunity for you to refinance on this home. So these programs, the 3-2-1 buy down, the 2-1 buy down, these lending programs are being utilized a lot more right now. And then also on resale homes, there are buyer clients that are asking the seller to pay for that money to buy down the interest rate so they can utilize the 2-1 buy down. But we're not talking about resale homes right now. We're just talking about new construction. So when I say if you want to feel like a celebrity when you walk into a new construction community, literally these builders have so much inventory that they cannot get rid of right now. I get emails all day, every day from just about every single builder of what incentives they have going on right now for you as the buyer. Now, before you walk into a new construction community, please, please, please bring your real estate agent with you. Don't just randomly walk in there and take a couple look, and then when you register, unfortunately, if you don't register with your real estate agent, then that agent cannot help you throughout the rest of the transaction because the builder wants to know right up front, and a lot of times they even want the realtor there at the first meeting. They want to know that you are working with a real estate agent. So if you have one, please let them know you're going to a new construction community and let them go with you. They are going to be your advocate for you as you're going through the new construction process. Because other than that, you're dealing directly with the sales agent, and the sales agent works for the builder. They have the builder's best interests in mind. Not to say that they're shady people and terrible people and they're going to try to, pull the rug out from under you, but they may not have the time to go through and explain the contract with you. They may not have time to answer all these questions because guess what? They're trying to sell houses. They've already sold one to you. So that's why it is in your best interest always to have your real estate agent with you so they can help represent you and answer all your questions as you're going through the new home construction process. All right, folks, I hope this video helped you out. If you've got any questions or if you want to add some more info, I would love to know that in the comments below. And if you are looking for a local DFW realtor, then please, please, please let me know, reach out. I would love to help you get into a home in the DFW area. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week.